Hi guys, so this video is part of my minimalism makeover series and I want to talk to you about minimalism and books. Now, I find that this subject matter around minimalism is a little bit of a sensitive one because people who are avid readers love to collect books. They stand proudly in front of their magnificent book collection, and for a lot of people it sort of represents a part of who they are. And I think that is completely fair enough because in those books are a lot of valuable information and knowledge. There's a lot of beautiful and interesting imagery. And I know for myself, when I read, I get a lot of personal growth from the experience of reading and from the messages. However, if you are interested or you're contemplating embarking on the journey of downsizing your book collection, now is the time it's so easy to actually do this. And this video I'm sharing with you things that I have done myself personally, things that people I know have done to downsize their collection, and things that I've read about to help downsize your collection, so that if you do want to do this, it's really simple and easy to do and you don't feel overwhelmed. My first tip is to go slowly. You didn't get this book collection overnight and there's no reason why you should suddenly let them all go. What I recommend you do is take one book at a time and look and think about it. Ask yourself, will you honestly reread this book? How do you feel about letting this book go? What is it about this book that you're holding on to? And do you need to keep holding on to it? Now, sometimes when I do this, I realize that I've actually picked up everything I need from that book and I'm ready to share the love and give it to somebody else. But you can only do this when you stop and take the time to consider and reflect upon one book at a time. Just like I do when I cull my wardrobe. I look at one item of clothing at a time. I don't just suddenly throw out a quarter of a wardrobe because that would be crazy and I might be losing things that I really value. Now, I know for myself, I have a collection of motivational books which I absolutely love, and I'm not prepared yet to let those books go. Now, this brings me on to my second tip, and that is, if you need to, allow yourself to have a desert island collection. Now, this is a small collection of books, or a smaller version of your book collection of books that you absolutely love and want to hold on to. And for me and my motivational books, the reason why I haven't let those books go yet is because I got so much value and enjoyment out of reading those books, and I have the feeling that there's still some more messages and some more lessons that I can gain from rereading it. When I get to the point of thinking, yep, I've got everything that I need out of this book, I will then let it go. Or what I will do is then try and find an electronic version of that book and then download it to my iPad and be able to access it at any time. My third tip is consider giving your books away. When you give a book away, you are sharing the love. You are sharing the growth, you are sharing the information, the knowledge, the message, the lesson, and the experience. And that is a beautiful thing to do. You could give your books to some friends. And that's always a lovely thing to do, because when you read a book and you give it to a friend and then they read it, you're able to have an amazing conversation where you really connect and discuss the book in detail. There are also a whole pile of charities which will accept these books with open arms. And I will make sure I link all the charities that I found that are happily taking these books in. I was actually surprised at how far these books go. So some of these books get sent to children in Africa, some get sent to soldiers who are deployed overseas, and also they get sent to prisons, which is just incredible and a really powerful thing you can do. And it really amazes me how powerful the effect of minimalism can be. My fourth tip is use an iPad or a Kindle or a tablet device. Not only does this save so much space in your house, but it's better for the environment. We're not wasting paper and destroying the environment with ink and wasting couriers sending books across the world or across the country. It's also very efficient. I can take my iPad whenever I jump on a plane, whenever I'm on a bus or sitting by myself. It goes with me everywhere. So whenever I get a spare 10-15 minutes to myself, I can start reading if I feel like it. So at nighttime, if someone's lying in the bed next to you and they're fast asleep and you can't sleep at nighttime, it's great to be able to turn this on and read. You have to turn all the lights on to read a paperback book. My fifth tip to stop the inflow of books coming back into your life, because you don't want to downsize your book collection and find that it refills itself very quickly, and that is consider using your local library. The libraries today have the most amazing collection of books, and they're in such great condition, and it's free. So not only are you saving space in your house, but you're also saving money. And again, better for the environment. So my final recommendation is something that I actually did myself personally. Now, I'm a shocking cook. I'm so bad. And ironically, I had a huge collection of recipe books, and I guess people were trying to give me the subtle hint to improve my culinary skills. Anyway, in looking in each of these cooking books, there are only a few recipes for each book that I really loved and that really inspired me to get into the kitchen. And they were taking up a lot of space and collecting dust. So what I did, and I actually did this quite a few years ago before I even fell into minimalism, and it's been a really handy thing to do. But what I did was I scanned each recipe that I liked from each cooking book and then gave the books away. And I uploaded them to my laptop, and then eventually I then downloaded them to my iPad, and I was able, I now can have this in the kitchen. And the great thing about this is I've been able to create my own personal cooking book. So I have a section for using my Thermomix, I have a section for desserts, I have a section for salads, I have a section for mains, I even have a section for canapes. It's great. And what's even better, when I do cook, I tend to make a lot of mess. I splatter things everywhere. And often those beautiful cooking books get destroyed by grease and oil and mashed potato and all sorts of things that I'm trying to make. So by having this in my kitchen, it's really easy to keep it neat and tidy. And it's definitely, created so much more space in my cupboards by being able to get rid of all those books, but still holding on to the things that I loved about those books. I was telling a girlfriend about this the other day, and she is actually someone who doesn't like reading off a Kindle or an iPad. She really enjoys feeling the weight of a book in her hand. And she was actually telling me that what she does is she has a scrapbook. So for her, when she comes across a book, whether it be a cooking book or a photography book or some sort of artistic book or books that she reads, she will actually cut out that particular page or that literature and put it in a scrapbook, and has made her own personal book collection of things that she really loves. And then she was able to get rid of or recycle what is left of the book. So, you know, the thing with minimalism, it's your experience, it's your journey, and you're the one that sets the boundaries and the limits. So if you're interested in doing this, I highly recommend having a think about your book collection, have a go at following these steps and see what you can let go of out of your life, because I promise you, minimalism will leave you feeling better about yourself because you'll be surrounded by things that you love, value and appreciate, which are all very positive, energetic things to fill your day and life with. I hope you've enjoyed this minimalism series. I'm going to keep on making them. I've got so many different subject matters that are coming up, including a makeup and minimalism one. So if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next week on either Money Monday or Lifestyle Love. Ciao.